So here, I've created a random triangle on GeoGebra, and we're gonna see what happens when I create three perpendicular bisectors. So let's check this out. By the way, you should know how to do perpendicular bisectors, so you create it at home as I show you here real quick. If you need to pause this videos and create your perpendicular bisectors, totally perfectly fine. So let's start doing that now. So if we find a perpendicular bisector and we find perpendicular bisector for AC, perpendicular bisector for CB, and the perpendicular bisector for AB, check out what happens. Check out what happens. That point right here, that point at the intersection of all those three perpendicular bisectors is called a point of concurrency. So three lines meet. Now notice what happens when I take my compass and I put the sharp part on D, and I say, okay, then let's compare this distance here. Let's compare this distance, right? And if I swing it around, I should land at C. And I perfectly land at C, actually. I land at C perfectly. Now, how about the other points? Check it out. It's also equidistant from D to B. So the points, all of these points here are equidistant. They're the same distance from the point of concurrency, which is D. Remember, point of concurrency is where three perpendicular lines meet. So it's where three lines meet. And notice that, you see, this point here from A to D is the same as D to C, and the same as D to B, and the same as D to A. So notice what shape I'm actually creating here. What shape am I creating? If I spin this around, right? I'm creating a circle. And that circle passes through A, C, and D. There, my point D is my circumcenter. So if you notice that all the vertices A, C, and B, they are equidistant. They are equidistant from the circumcenter. Okay? So how does this apply in the real world? Okay, well, let's say you're playing a game, and let's talk about paintball. We're talking about paintball, and you want the flag to be equidistant from all three teams. So there's Team A, Team C, and Team B. You want them to be equidistant. You want that flag, you want the game to be fair, so let's make the game fair. Here, okay, you want to place a flag here because it's the same distance from all three teams. Whoever gets there first wins. So three things here that we finally got. So when we have three perpendicular bisectors, we have the vertices are equidistant from the circumcenter, okay? From the circumcenter. Remember, D here is our circumcenter, okay? D is our circumcenter. And then we can have a circumscribed triangle in there, okay? So there it is. Now, what I want you to do is to, instead of making perpendicular bisectors, I want you to create yourself another random triangle, okay? Make yourself a random triangle, and then actually do angle bisectors. Make three angle bisectors, and then see what actually happens. What can you figure out when you make the three angle bisectors? Make sure to label everything. Tomorrow we'll discuss that in class.